What is that? Not shiny. Hmm. Derp. What's up, Derp? That's good. It's mime week. That's right. We're miming it up. Did not mean to do move. That is not the move. Not store. The computer emulation setup's kind of an extreme mod of a Game Boy Advance. We replace everything. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, that's why it's so weird to like care, because it's like you can't tell the difference. Why do people have to ask if it's so important whether I'm playing on a Game Boy or not? Why do people have to ask? Why can't you tell if it's so critically different, right? I did not release the Mr. Mime. I actually have to check something. I might have a time save. Mime Junior next to the egg, Generation 4 Platinum non-shiny. Okay. I might have a time skip. So you could do this. Can you do that when the egg's hatching? That's the question. You just go whoop, and then you eat out after. 2, bop, bop. That's not bad. It's pretty easy to time. There's almost no reason to buy an OG or modded Game Boy Advance with its expensive prices. When you buy Amber something duplicate with the big battery brightness and SD cards, unless you're trading and playing with others on OG. Yeah, 1122 for Scarm. What's up, Scarm? Oh, let me get that Sprite. Damn, my Junior's shiny's actually lit. Platinum, non-shiny. Nice. Okay. Start thinking about this overlay early. The Gliscor method. The Gliscor method? The Gliscor method. Double Glider luck activate. I would love that. I would love to have that same equivalent of luck, which would be just getting the Mr. Mime right now. Not really. The Glider was definitely a more rare scenario than getting the Mr. Mime early, but We are gonna check something on next hatch. I'm not holding a MIME, am I? No. I'm gonna check something on that next hatch. We might have a little time save on our hands. Little like 3-second time save. 4,700 for Spoopy. Hey Spooky. $59.73. Oh, you hadn't seen that, Amy? Yeah. Because I do tech checks a lot. She's been sending those to me for a while. Okay, I actually need to switch this tab. All right. Before I actually read it, I was scared. It's a tech check. I don't know how to do that. It's very easy. But the thing is, a lot of the time when they schedule tech checks, I guess, well, for me, it's when like there's a problem that isn't like, oh, something's like they just don't have the right specs or something. Like, it's not like that kind of tech check. Usually when they're scheduled like that. Sucking on this chili dog that we call life. Is that a saying? Is that a phrase? Did you just make that up? What are we doing? What's going on? Are there any Gen 1 Pokemon you wish you could get a further evolution? I think Dugong could use one. Uh, what's the Arbok? I'm just thinking in terms of like Pokemon being underpowered too, right? So like Pokemon no longer being relevant in the current day and age, you know, like relevant in the meta or viable or good for a playthrough or anything like that because power creep. So that's the only perspective I would come at it from. Like, there's no Pokemon where I'm like, I just want this to have an evolution because I think it'd be cool, you know, for the most part. It would be more about their, like, how underpowered they are. And there's a lot of Pokemon. But I think the solution with some of them is to give them a Mega Evolution, right? But you could also just give them a third stage or a second stage or whatever. But yeah, like Dugong, Arbok. Muck could probably use another stage. Regular Muck's not very good. Regular Coughing's not very good anymore. He could use the third stage. I think it'd be very easy to give him a third evolution, too. Kangaskhan could use an evolution if it didn't have a Mega. Tauros. Venomoth, actually. Interestingly, Venomoth could use an evolution. Yeah, Hypno. Yeah, Hypno, definitely. That's a good one. You know, I watched the movie Sicario, like, 8 months ago. It's really good. Good time. It had Emily Blunt. They made it after me? Really? I hope you were the good guy. Wait. I don't think there really was a good guy. Spoiler. I think they were all kind of bad guys. Emily Blunt was the only good guy, sort of. Not shiny. Oh, I forgot to do the thing. I have no audio, right? No audio on this. Let me check something real quick. Kind of loud still. Is that the That's better. There we go. I got it. Literally one volume. I think it should be okay on the other games. Oh, we're supposed to... I think we just attached to Mr. Mime. Garchomp could use a new evolution to a new ice weakness. Oh. I think that would go over well. He has 2 Mega Evolutions, and they're both bad. Yeah, that's good audio. Okay. Next egg hatch, we're gonna try the thing. We're gonna try the skip. The skip dude. Alright, we're gonna try the skip here. Oh, you can't do it in this menu. I thought you weren't streaming today. I wasn't sure. I just was really sick of laying down. And I felt like okay-ish after taking a little nap, so. Probably be short stream though. By the way, I wanted to say, just when I was about to give up on Spindrift, I went to a grocery store, one of the grocery stores that we go to, and they had like almost like they were out of sparkling water, and so I got Spindrift Lemon, and I was like, it's probably gonna be mid. It's actually the best Spindrift I've had. The lemon one. It's definitely the best one. It's very good. That's probably that one and the blood orange are the only ones I'll ever buy. That's for sure. Also, as I drank the cherry one, it got worse and worse. Yeah, it's a very good present lemon flavor. And it has like some sweetness to it. The right amount. Wait, did we not? We have two Mr. Mimes, don't we? Those hats really close together. I didn't go freaking relays. I have. Ah! Also, we can't do the skip. You can't do the sound skip. Because you can't open that menu in that menu. You can't do this. Yeah, so now we have to get an egg, and then we have to do an egg cycle. That's the plan. And hope we hit the 70%. That's what we gotta do. Needs a new Mega with an ability that makes it not weak to ice. Then it'll be competitively viable, right? That's what it needs. Make it Dragon Fairy. The two weakest types in the game. Wow. Give it an ability that makes it immune to moves that would have been super effective. Is there an ability like that? Isn't there a Pokemon that has an ability that reduces the damage of super effective moves? I think, like, Rhyperior has it or something? It's called, like, Big Rock or something. That's almost certainly what it's called, is Big Rock. Shell Armor? Is that not crits? Is that crits? Is that super effective moves? Am I thinking of Battle Armor? I might be thinking of Battle Armor. He doesn't have an egg ready for me. This is insane. He might now. Rah! Listen here. The future is now, old man. It's called, it is Solid Rock. I thought Solid Rock for a second, and I was like, that can't be right. Shell Armor's crits. Yeah, you give him solid rock. Give Garchomp solid rock. Doesn't that, it like reduces the damage like by like a quarter or something? Like it doesn't quite negate the fact that your things are super effective against you. It's like a third maybe, reduces by a third. Is that what it is? Honestly, Rhyperior needs it. Rock ground, I think he is. Not the best defensive typing. Considering it is a defensive Pokemon, being weak to fighting, quad weak to water and grass. Oh, he's not gonna have another egg for me. Wait a minute. Oh, he does have an egg. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Nice. It's 1.5 instead of 2. Interesting. Huh. There's Terra Shell, which when full HP, all moves are not very effective. Oh, okay. It's kind of like multi-scale, I guess. Isn't multi-scale is when you're at full HP, super effective moves do like half damage, I think it is. Is it only super? Yeah, it's only super effective moves if you're at full HP. Not to be confused with Marvel Scale, which is Melodic's ability, I think, which if you're status, you gain like a 50% defense boost, I think. Terrapagos, Terraform, yeah. When full HP, when full HP, not very effective. Yeah, interesting. It reduces all damage if you're full HP. It's not even super effective. That's kind of good. Whoa! H-poo. H-poo. We have eggs, right? We got eggs. Okay, we got eggs. That's why Fake Out exists, true. Break the multi-scale. But in singles, Fake Out's a lot less common. So, Dragonite better in singles. Dragonite is kind of a menace in OU, like normal Terra extreme speed. I guess people do that in doubles too. He's good in both formats. Oh, and now he has Mega Evolution. But I don't think his Mega is very good compared to other, Mega Evolutions. Like it's good, but opportunity cost. Like, why would you pick Dragonite when you could pick Mega Floette or Mega Charizard Y? It's a double psyop, you think so? You might be right. Did we? No. Eh? Eh? Scarlet Violet VGC, I used to use Scale Shot loaded dice into Stamina Archaludon. Oh, hey. Big brain. And you make Archaludon very specially defensive because like you're gonna get the defense boost anyways. Is this 1 in 64? 1 in 80, 192. 1 in 64 eggs are only in Gen 2. And it's very difficult to get the exact scenario you need to do 1 in 64 eggs. Yeah. So 1 in 64 eggs would be pretty rare to find in even in Gen 2. Hey, what's up, Joker? What's going on? Yeah, well, yeah, so Shiny Ditto or 2 Shiny Parents. Well, actually, so you could actually have 2 non-Shiny Parents, but they could have DVs, like, perfectly aligned to where you have that 1 in 64 chance, technically. But the easiest way to know for sure that you have parents that will 100% have that better chance of being Shiny is to have 2 Shiny Parents. And one of them being Ditto is the easiest thing, obviously. Because he's a universal breeder, which was my nickname in high school. He's being brutal. I'm chilling in the AC all day, so I don't really have to worry about it. But yeah, it is hot outside. And humid. Excuse me. Records are being tripped from the fact we need 3 air conditioners to make our house livable. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? You might need one of those, what do they call it? It's like a swamp cooler, I think it's called. You put like ice in it and it runs water over it. That still uses electricity, but... $115 to $120. Bro lives in the Mojave Desert. Bro lives in the Dune planet. Bro lives on Dune. Bro lives on Timothy Chalamet. Midwest? What the hell? What the hell? Shouldn't be that hot. It's not the heat that gets you. Chronicles of Riddick? Was it hot in that one? I haven't seen that. I know it's Vin Diesel. I know it's not critically acclaimed. I don't think the movie's looked upon very fondly by audiences or critics. It's a nice one, is it? Is it a classic? I don't know. There's some movies that people don't like that I like. Like, people didn't like Live Free or Die Hard, but I love that movie. We got Justin Long, peak Justin Long. We got Bruce Willis. We got Timothy Olyphant. Who's the villain? It's bad, but it's a good turn your brain off sci-fi action movie. Sometimes we need those. We need an actual, like, a Doom movie that's like Doom and that's good. Speaking of which. Yeah. Yeah, Scorpion King. That's the one with the rock. Right? It was bad. Egg. Alright, shiny Mr. Mime right here. And then I'm gonna go take another nap. That's not shiny. Good? You're saying good? Okay. It aged well. You have to be there, not A, or you accidentally talk to him. Maybe I'm biased, but I'll take the outfits bias. Let's just look at, and I'm not saying that this is like a end all be all, but let's take a look at the Rotten Tomatoes, because I think Rotten Tomatoes can give you a really good, like, assessment of if a movie is like a not critics movie but more of an audience movie, because there are movies that people love that critics hate, right? There are movies that I would say, like, I think are objectively good movies that have bad critic scores, right? But then the audience kind of swoops in and kind of tells you there's some movies that are really well rated by critics that are poorly rated by audiences too, and that kind of tells you, like, okay, well, this isn't like a roller coaster, you know. But let's see real quick. And sometimes you can tell if reviews have been like paid for and like you know, manipulated. Like with Star Wars Episode 9. Somehow Palpatine returned and critics and audiences loved it. No, they didn't. Scorpion King. Oh, okay, it actually it's only 40% critics rating. That means 40% of critics thought it was an average or a better movie. And 38% audience. That's really not that bad. So that means that it just like wasn't super well received. Like, it's considered a mid movie, but it's not like a bad movie. It's not a bad movie. So I thought it was a lot worse, actually. I'd heard some people say some pretty bad things about it, so I thought it was worse. But no, that's a moderate, like, hey, it's not like the best thing ever, but solid. Yeah. Interestingly, audiences liked it less than critics liked it. More critics thought it was good than audience members. Or like thought it was at least, you know, okay. I think a lot of people don't understand how Rotten Tomatoes works either, because they think like, oh, if a movie got a 20%, like the movie's a 2 out of 10, right? That's not what that means, actually. What it means is that 20% of critics said that the movie was better or equal to a 6 out of 10 or a 3 out of 5. Same with audiences. So different critics will use different rating systems. Some of them do have like a rating of like 1 to 4. And so if they give something a 2, it's considered rotten because that's 50%, right? So you have to be at 60% or better. So a movie could get a 2 out of 4, which isn't like, if you only have 1 through 4, like, and you're like, oh, well, it's not quite, you know, that good. Like you give it a 2 and you're like, oh, it was okay. Like it's a 2, it's not a 1. That's considered bad, right? And so if you have a bunch of critics giving it that kind of score, sometimes it can skew things a little bit. It can make you think a movie's worse than it actually is. And some people say like, oh, well, the percentage reflects like out of 10 what it really should be. Like if 0% of critics thought it was, you know, that good, then it should be a 0 out of 10. And it's like, I don't think it works that way. Because a movie could be a 3 out of 10 and then just like it's very convincingly a 3 out of 10. So every critic gives it a 3 out of 10. And so it has 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. Does that mean it's a 0 out of 10 even though every single critic gave it a 3 out of 10? No, that's not what it means. So you have to kind of take Rotten Tomatoes reviews with a grain of salt. And then also modern Rotten Tomatoes, very often I think critics get paid for their reviews, 100%. They're trying to stay in favor of that studio, or they have a friend in the industry who worked on the movie and blah, blah, blah. There's biases, all kinds of stuff. But like there's movies that have no business getting any kind of good rating from a critic that have like 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. If you like it, then what the haters say doesn't matter overall. Yeah. Yeah. I think that you should kind of account for what people think and kind of ask yourself why they feel that way and ask yourself why you feel differently. That doesn't mean that you can't still enjoy the thing, but I think it at least gives a moment for self-reflection, you know? Oh, I was right in front of the Pokemon Center. Good timing. If a movie has so much hate but you love it, why do you enjoy it? Yeah, that's a good question to ask. What do I see it in that critics don't, or what am I missing that critics are seeing? And sometimes that can be that you like maybe are wrong about it, but also sometimes it can mean that critics are wrong about it. Because like a very common reason that critics will give a movie a bad rating is they'll be like, oh, it was derivative, right? And what they mean by that is like, oh, I've seen other movies and they did this. So like, oh, there was a plot twist, but this other movie did this plot twist. And it's like, you can't, to me, I don't think it's fair to rate movies based on other movies. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're looking at just objectively, is this movie good? Like if you sit down and watch it with no other context, do you have a good time? Right? So this whole idea of like, oh, well, this is the plot twist from The Sixth Sense. And like, oh, you know, this character arc was really like this other character arc. And that's been done before. You know, that's just really stupid. Like, and it's why I think sometimes you'll see a really good rating from audiences. Like you'll see like 98% from audiences and you'll see like 40% from critics. And it's like, what's going on here? And it's like, it's a people pleaser movie that does stuff that's predictable, you know? Minecraft music, that's right. We're right in front of the Pokemon Center again. We're about to get shiny Mr. Mime. That's what that means. Like, I don't think for a movie to be good that it needs to like have like this incredibly original story that's like nobody's ever done anything like it. It has to be like groundbreaking, you know? Like it doesn't need to be that. Like you can have just a good movie that, you know, maybe at a certain point, if you've seen a lot of movies, is predictable, you know, or has like similar twists and turns and a similar plot. Like that's fine. That's okay. It do be like that sometimes. I was right in front of the Pokemon Center again. What's going on? That's like a 1 in 23, basically. We haven't had any truly new movie ideas for a long time. Yeah, not really. Like, you can have like a couple of concepts within the movie that are like semi-original, but like it's everything ends up being derivative music, everything like that. Like I've thought about making some kind of music, but I like am scared that I will make something and it will sound like another thing that I don't even know exists. Like I'm actually worried about that, you know? I feel like that happens every day too. Like you can't just listen to all the music that's been made, but people will come out with a song and then people will be like, this artist back in the 80s who sold 23 records actually had a song that sounded really similar to this. And it's like, don't be making music's fun. Yeah. Yeah. If you unintentionally end up using the style without any knowledge, I call that a win. Yeah, parallel thinking. It actually, in comedy, it sometimes happens that people tell jokes that are really similar to other jokes. And, like, there are joke thieves, right, that definitely will steal jokes from people. But sometimes it happens and, like, the person had no idea the joke had been made. And they get called out for it for some reason. Like, oh, you stole this joke from, like, this, like, moderately famous comedian from the 90s. Like, you stole this one joke. And it's like, I think if people are going to steal jokes, I think they'll do it a lot. Like Carlos Mencia or like Amy Schumer, you know, like they'll be consistently derivative because they can't come up with their own ideas. Nobody's just going to like steal one or two jokes and like work it into their act and like never do it again. You know, even if they did, I don't think it's like worthy of getting that upset about like comparatively, you know. When like Amy Schumer literally stole an entire TV show. Like she made it a TV show and it was all sketches that were all stolen from either jokes that comedians had told turned into sketches or sketches that already existed. She actually entirely stole a sketch from Mad TV, which is a sketch show. You know, so it's like just, it's not even being like you're doing the remix. I need a sparkly. All right, I'll be right back, chat. Sparkly. Sparkly. Give me an egg right now. Are we full up on eggs, by the way? We're full up on eggs. Okay, I'm just gonna go. I don't know when an egg's gonna hatch. So I got this Walmart brand blackberry sparkling water. I tried one other flavor that this brand did. It's just Walmart brand. It's called Better Goods, but it's just Walmart. I tried the orange mango and it was like pretty good considering this is like the cheapest sparkling water there. But they only had 3 flavors. They had a lemon lime, this blackberry, and then they had orange mango. And I tried the orange mango. Lemon lime, I was like, we'll just hold off. But I saw the blackberry and I was like, we gotta see what's up. Poop from a butt. This is really good. The water's clean, the carbonation's good. This reminds me of Polar. Like, is Walmart brand the second best water? Like, they don't have that many flavors, but this shit's good. That's good. That's really good. That's good blackberry flavor. With in-game builds, I've been unintentionally running a lot of meta builds from a formula point of view. I really ever watch build videos. Yeah, well, I mean, and what's going to be meta, you kind of like figure out naturally too, right? Just like with music, what sounds good ends up being like kind of similar a lot of the time. Mangoes are for me. Mango hater. We discovered, I guess, Amy is a mango hater too. She didn't know though. I got a fresh mango and I cut it up and I gave her some and she's like, she says it tastes like vomit. So it has a little bit of butyric acid in it, which is what would taste like vomit to someone who was sensitive to butyric acid. You know, the weird thing is that Hershey's chocolate, minor vomit. Were you really hating that much then? Like, it's only minor vomit. Not a fan of the sour aftertaste. That's like all fruit, isn't it? Don't most fruits have like pretty sour aftertaste? Unless they're like overripe. I'm skeptical of your Walmart brand sparkling water review. You gotta go to Walmart. Get the Better Goods. Get Better Goods. The mango orange was decent. This blackberry one is good. Most fruits is not intense. I will say yes, that's definitely the case. Well, mango is has a lot of vitamin C. So you probably don't like kiwis either. Kiwis have like 4 times as much vitamin C as an orange. They're like incredibly high in vitamin C. And we have some kiwis right now. We have some golden kiwis. And they're tasty and delicious. And I'm gonna eat some tomorrow. Run through the current stock. You'll see. You'll try. But who knows? Because you don't like orange vanilla. So who knows? Who knows how you'll feel? Orange vanilla polar is your Roman Empire. I was able to eat most of it. Yeah. You were also hating, though. You were hating. But the thing is that there's not that much butyric acid, so it shouldn't really have a detectable vomit taste. And then I don't have whatever thing makes butyric acid taste like vomit. But the crazy thing is that I gave Amy some papaya, and that has a lot of butyric acid, and she was like, this tastes like straight vomit. But she eats Hershey's chocolate, and they add butyric acid to that. But the thing is, I eat papaya, I don't taste vomit. I eat Hershey's chocolate, it tastes like vommy mommy to me. It tastes so much like vomit. And I never understood. When I was growing up, I would eat Hershey's chocolate, and I would be like, this tastes like I just threw up. Like when it even makes the back of my throat burn when I taste it, because my body's like, hey, you remember those times you threw up? You should feel that right now. Going open-minded with food, might find a new favorite. Yeah. There's some foods, though, I think that are off limits. I'm never going to eat balut. I'm not going to do it. If you guys don't know what balut is, it's so it's a fertilized duck egg that they let grow a certain amount of time, and then they take it when it's like half grown in the egg, and then they boil it. And so it's boiled, half-formed duck fetus. I had some Swedish chocolate recently, and it made me feel bad for our American chocolate. Yeah. Yeah. I've had some good, just like legit chocolate, and it's like, it's night and day. But I've never liked Hershey's. I've never, ever liked Hershey's. I've always been a Hershey's hater. That's cursed. That's what I'm saying. The crazy thing, too, is that when people eat the balut, they crack it open, and then they suck out the embryonic fluid first, and then they pull it out, and there's like little crunchy bones in it, and feathers, and you eat it. Like, dog, there's no way. Russian chocolate. This is insane. Did we? Okay. I thought we had a mime for a second. I was worried. That would have been a lot of steps with a mime on us. $7,300 for boots. If you enjoy that type of food, you do you. I think even most people, I believe it's mostly popular in the Philippines, if I'm not mistaken. It may be in other southeast parts of Asia, but I believe the Philippines, it's the most popular as a street food. But I think a lot of younger people don't like it. Like, it's more of like people grew up eating it and they like it, but then like younger generations didn't really catch on with it, and so it's becoming less of a thing. Still a thing though, because there are older people who still want to eat it. They're like, I need me some half-developed duck embryo. What's up, by the way, Boons? Some foods work way better than they should, like putting hot sauce on popcorn. I just like hot sauce, so I'm probably biased on that. You missed the Team Mystic badge? Oh. Oh, that would have been cool. I think it's like a Pokemon Go thing. Yeah, I eat eggs with hot sauce every morning. And I have lots of wacky, goofy hot sauces, so. You did choose Mystic. When it came out, I probably would too. Articuno definitely my favorite of the three. Yeah. Best shiny, too. Yeah, I would say Zapdos is close second as well. The shiny's just a little weak for me. It's a little too subtle, you know? That one friend that's too subtle. That one shiny that's too subtle. Pretty biased to fire and dragon types, so you like Moltres. Moltres' shiny is good, but I just don't like Moltres because it's rubber chicken. If Zapdos was Psyduck Blue, you meet Psyduck Shiny Blue, that would be really sick. That'd be kind of sick. Excuse me. Both yellow base. Oh, true. Yeah, I didn't consider that. I was just like, that's an interestingly specific blue. Oh, it was Moltres if it were good. I guess Fire Flying. Yeah. Moltres actually has a use on Superman teams in Gen 3, so there's that. And competitive. In OU. No Stealth Rocks, so... Stealth Rocks just kind of made things unfortunate for flying types. And fire types in general, and flying types in general. Straight up. Green, shiny. Not shiny. Sun teams too, yeah. You just start hunting too, good luck. I would just get it. You don't have to worry about it. So Togepi hunt after? That'll be half as long at least. Why will it be half as long? I know it has like a lower egg cycle, right? But you only get one egg at a time and you have to restart. 10 egg cycles? Oh wow, yeah, it's like half as many. But also you only have one egg. Oh wait, aren't you gonna you're gonna breed Togepi, aren't you? To do 5 eggs at a time. I forgot about that. You're not gonna get the OG egg, you're gonna breed. Yeah, that'll be better. That'll be like 200 hours instead of 5 billion. Since ground was the main staple, it's hard to shut down without using the weather against your opponent, or shut it down. Weather wars are great. Oh, yeah. I guess it wasn't really a thing in Gen 3 because there was no sunsetters. At least with ability. You could click sunny day, but like, Gratimus supers, so yeah. Sandstorm teams took off and started in Gen 4, yeah. Freaking Tyranitar lead every time. Not shiny. Next one. Next one shiny. Sandvale just evil. Sandvale was banned? Yeah, Sandvale was banned. It got banned in Gen 4 at least. I think it was okay early, but they banned it like pretty quick after. Because people would just, they would do Sandvale Garchomp with Bright Powder, and then they would click Sword Stance and they just hope you missed. Was Snowcloak banned too? I don't. Yeah, I think it was actually. I think they didn't for a while because they were like, nothing good has it, but then people started cheesing with it and they were like, okay, we gotta ban it. So I think Snowcloak got banned in Gen 4 shortly after Sandvale got banned, yeah. Yeah, Sandvale got banned in Gen 3 as well. And interestingly, Cacturne was not legal in Gen 3 OU because its only ability was Sandvale. Yeah, Amy, I'm not sure why the mic is just more sensitive now. Like, I could turn it down. Like, is that better? Does that seem more reasonable? I don't know why it would get more sensitive all of a sudden. Maybe like, put it like there. Maybe that's better. It's like the mic just randomly got way more sensitive. I'm not sure why. I have all the filters and everything on. So, I don't know. I don't get it. Yeah. Is that better? Does that seem better? Is that more manageable? I don't know why it just like would just randomly get more sensitive. Like, why would the mic just become more sensitive? It makes zero sense. Like, did this get fully rotated around? You can't. It could be this port, like something. You're looking for. I mean, did maybe the noise cancellation stop working too? Sort of. Compressor's still the same. Noise gate's good. Yeah, it all looks normal. Yeah. Psycho Punch character. I think it was still bad though. I think it also was given an ability that wasn't Sandvale, so it was technically you could use it. Or like, I don't, Poison Point or something. Well, it had the Gen 3 special, which is where you have the same attack and special attack are very close, and like all your other stats are bad. There's a lot of Pokemon like that in Gen 3. I don't know why they did it that way. It's funny, those egg hunts have to be some of the rare shinies in terms of people who've gotten them. Very little egg hunts of Fire Leaf Green on the internet. Yeah, well, I mean, just people see like, oh, there's no Flame Body. Why wouldn't I get it in another game? And I think I understand that thought process, but I do think it's a little bit hypocritical because like, why don't you apply that standard to other shiny hunts, right? So like, why would you be like, oh, well, Ghastly takes 60 hours in Heart Gold Soul Silver. Why don't I just get it in Platinum where it takes 30 hours? Like, nobody ever says that, right? But, like, all of a sudden when it comes to eggs, like, oh, it takes longer on that game than this game. Oh, well, I'll just go get it on another game. Like, the people don't really do that with classic games, except for egg hunts in Fire Red Leaf Green. It's a weird exception, almost. Even when in the same game, you have an option to get a shiny faster, people don't really go like, oh, I'll just go get it the faster way. Like, Dratini and Heart Gold Soul Silver is in the game corner. People don't hunt that one as much as they hunt the one that you get from, like, the Dragon Den, like the gift one that you get, or the one that you can get in the wild. People hunt those more often, and it's like, why don't you just do the game corner one? Oh, I just want to get this one, right? But then as soon as it comes to an egg hunt in this game, because there's no Flame Body, it's like, oh, I got to do it in Emerald. What about egg hunts when there's 10k steps? I don't think there's any Pokemon that require 10k steps in these games. So in later games, the Pokemon that do require 10k steps, you have Flame Body to have the steps. Makes it a bit more manageable. Also, most games have faster biking than this game. This game's biking is pretty slow. Happiny. Yeah. Happiny 10k steps. Are you saying that Happiny is in Gen 2 or Gen 3? Was Happiny introduced in Gen 2? And you can do it in Gen 3? So there's one available. Is that what you're saying? I'm not sure. I didn't. Okay. Is Gen 4? I'm not surprised it's 10k steps though. There's something like, it's almost like they made Happiny 10k steps to say like, if you want to get this Pokemon shiny, like, oh, you can go get it in Fire Leaf Green Safari Zone, or you can spend forever hatching the eggs. Like, It's kind of like they just don't want you to get a shiny Chansey. 1%. Hello. So Mary, you went after Moltres? You back then how much faster eggs hatched with Magmar at that of my party? So I saw the ability, had a field effect. Yeah, in Emerald and beyond, yeah. Chansey, Lapras, Snorlax, and Dratini are all 10k. Sheesh. In Gen 3? I looked at the chart and I thought the highest one I saw was like 7k, but I think maybe I just didn't scroll down or something. Oh, jeez. Yeah, imagine doing like Chansey or Snorlax in this game. It'd be a little wacky. It'd be almost twice as long as this one, because what Mr. Mime was like 6k steps. Average is 5.5k. I think there's a lot of Pokemon concentrated around the 4,000 steps. And then there's some lower and some higher, yeah. Mine's 25, those are 40. It makes sense. We're about to get an egg hatch in 5. Yo, wait. Wait. It's gonna be shiny too. That's the crazy thing. Shit. Bye-bye. If you get this before Chansey, it'll be the rare shiny you've gotten that you were actively hunting. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, yeah. For sure, for sure. It'll be close to Panpour, but who knows if we'll have Panpour by then. The plan right now with this is that I'm going to do it for a week. If we get it, phenomenal, great. If not, then this will kind of just go on the sideline, and then we'll maybe do, like, just pop up with, like, an egg week every once in a while, you know. Our week of eggs. Not to be confused with egg month or egg week, or whatever they do. Okay. Not the same thing. It's a week where I do eggs. Week of eggs. Not egg week. Egg month, different thing. Unrelated. Egg. Shiny. Come on. Nope. Nope. Egg in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I thought I had it. I didn't. I'll take that on that. I was actually really close. Wait, I was really close. I was thinking about how far apart the last set were. Hey, catch when you got that one too. Farfetch soon? Mr. Mime soon? If I got shiny Mr. Mime right now, it would fix me. Egg. What made you choose Mr. Mime over the one of the other in-game trades or baby Pokemon? I don't know. It's just the one that stuck with me the most. Like, it's just not a Pokemon that you almost ever find in any other game. Like, there's just not like Mr. Mimes in the wild. Yeah, it was pretty much it. It's just like feels very Gen 1 coded, you know? Like, Mr. Mime feels neglected after Gen 1, even. You can't get him in the wild, he's trade only, and then, like, in Gen 2, how do you get Mr. Mime in Gen 2? Is he in the wild? Is there just another trade for Mr. Mime? I'm actually going to check right now. Did we hatch? By the way, did we just hatch? We did not. Okay. Route 21. So there is Mr. Mime in Gen 2. It's on Route 21. It's only on a single route, which has got to be post-game. And then Gold, Route 21. And he's 5%. He's 5% on one route in Gold and Silver. Right? And then what about Ruby and Sapphire? Ruby and Sapphire, he's not in the game. You can't get him in Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. You have to trade him in. You can't get him. And then you can't get him in Coliseum. You can't get him in Pokemon XD. Let's see. Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. Oh, in Diamond, he's on 2 routes. And Platinum, he's on a route. So one single route you can get him. Let's see. Let's look at Diamond. Route 218. And he's 5% on a route in Diamond. What about 221? Is it better? Is it better? Platinum 221. Oh, 218. Oh, he's better in Platinum. He's a 25% on a single route. So yeah, like he just has almost no distribution in any game too. And I realized that, and I was like, I mean, I could like Lickitungs a trade, and like I could get Lickitung, and like I already got a shiny Lickitung in Gen 2, you know. And it's not even that like, oh, there's no place where I can go shiny hunt Mr. Mime. It's not about that, because like I could make it work in whatever game I wanted to go get him where he's available. Like I could go get him in Gold on Route 21 or whatever, right? It's not about that necessarily. It's more about like the fact that it's so inaccessible in so many other games makes him feel more rare, I guess, in a way. Whereas I'm pretty sure all the other trades like probably are more abundant in other games. Like, why in the entirety of every single Gen 3 game is there only one Mr. Mime that you can get, and it's the trade Mr. Mime? I just checked. No Gen 3 game lets you get Mr. Mime except Fire Red and Leaf Green this trade. That alone for me is enough. And I didn't even know that before I started that, but makes this hunt more compelling to me. For sure. Farfetch'd. I got a shiny Farfetch'd in Gen 4 while hunting for Miltank. And like, yeah, I just feel like he's on other routes. Farfetch'd is on like some like the route before Olivine too, if you want to get him. And like, yeah. Just adds an allure. I'm actually working on the Perfect Tide of Terra video, and one point I actually bring up is about the perception of rarity. So, like, the thing is that if you want a Mr. Mime, you can just go get a Mr. Mime, right? Yet the fact that there's just not that many options to get him should make people perceive that he is more rare. Regardless of the fact that it's like, oh, get an Abra, go trade for him. Like, you can get him. It's not that hard, right? Just because he's not on every single route doesn't make him, like, harder to get in a meaningful way, right? That we perceive him as being more rare because, like, there's just one option to get him, and it's trading, right? We perceive it as more rare. In the video that I'm writing too, I talk about how the 94 sham is viewed as like by so many people, even people who understand the game and the way it works and everything. Somehow it is viewed as one of the most rare items when it's just not even anywhere close. It's not even like top 100 rarest items in Borderlands 2, right? Like there's just a billion other items and part combinations that are more rare. And people just don't care because the 94 sham is good and is needed on a lot of builds. Therefore, it's more rare, you know? Like, yeah, it takes 125 hours to get one from the bunker. That's a long time. It's just not that long relative to how long some items can take in Borderlands 2. So we just don't want to call it the rarest shit in Borderlands 2. I've heard people be like, what's more rare, the 94 sham or the Nemesis Invader? And it's like, I get that's just coming from a place of like not understanding, but like at the same time, it's frustrating how far apart those two things are in rarity. And people don't understand that. It's not like a commonly understood thing, right? Like it's more common that people think the 94 sham is the rarest item in Borderlands 2 than they don't think that. And that's mind-blowing. So much of rarity is crafted around perception of rarity, you know? Like when you flip a coin 10 times and you get 10 heads in a row, people are like, that's so rare. But you flip a coin and you get heads, tails, 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 heads, heads, tails, heads, tails, heads, whatever combination. It's the same exact rarity, right? The chances of you flipping any specific combination of heads and tails is the same as flipping 10 heads or 10 tails in a row. It's all the same. But we assign more value to the rarity of specific combinations that we assign like a arbitrary meaning that has no, like, we have no objective reason to think that it is more rare. We just think it's more rare, you know? And certainly in Borderlands 2, like the sham, people look at it as more rare because it's useful and because people want it. But that doesn't actually change how rare it is because anyone can go and get one. Right? Like, it's not like there's a limited supply of shams. It's not like an economic thing where the shams are, you have to pay money for one or anything like that. Like, if you want one, you can go get one. And it's rare. It's relatively rare compared to most rare things in video games. It takes over 100 hours. That's a lot of time. Sure. I get that. But, like, that doesn't mean that it's more rare. Just because people want it more, it doesn't make it more rare. Right? That only works if there's a limited supply of something, like I talked about in the video. That only works if there's a limited supply of something, right? So Pokemon cards are more rare because people scalp them, and then in order to get them, then you have to pay double MSRP. So they're more rare, right? You go to the store, you're less likely to find them. They're more rare because people scoop them up. They use the scoop up card. Egg. This one's the shiny. That's the crazy thing. It's not. Like this if you cry every time. Is this the one? Egg at the same time again. Our egg cycles are lined up. Twinsies. Yeah, I'm gonna keep working on the script tomorrow though, and I think I should have a finished script and be ready to record, like assuming I can work as little as possible this week, which was the plan, so I can get more rest. I should be able to have like everything ready to hand off to Amy within like a few days, I think. It was a really easy video to write because I'm not trying to inject too much opinion into it, you know? Egg. This fella's not shiny. He doesn't have an egg ready for me. What about now? Can't believe you've done this. Boom, egg. There we are. Egg. You might not have an egg ready again. We definitely did not do another full egg cycle, so let's see. He does not. One thing I'm worried about for Togepi is that I'll not have OT Pokemon, so getting eggs might be a challenge. Wait, so you can just breed a Togepi with a Togepi. Or a Togetic with a Togetic. You just evolve the one that you get. Wait, is the OT you because... The OT is you because you hatched it? Because you get given it an egg originally? Hear me out. Here's what you can do. Okay, we just hatched 2 eggs in a row and still don't have another egg ready. Hello. Let's just see if he happens to have an egg here. I don't think he will. How did things get staggered that way? I think we just got unlucky with the egg cycles. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it will be your OT, which means, yeah. So the best you can get is 50%. With that said, it's not that much worse than the 70%. And also, if you just kind of stagger when you collect the eggs and make sure the egg cycles are far apart, you should always have enough steps to ensure that you pretty much have a guaranteed egg from him ready every time you need to get one. All right, so we need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Didn't hit it. Unfortunate. Missed the 70% there. Mr. Mime's part in this game feels very non-threatening for once. You're right. Yeah. Mr. Mime kind of weird. Kind of sus. Looking like a pile of peas. It do be looking like a pile of peas with some lard and a hair in it. Mushy peas are kind of crazy. Any UK gamers in the chat? I feel like it's pretty late. It would be like 4 o'clock for UK right now, or like it'd be like 3 o'clock. It'd be 3:45, 3:46 for UK right now. So maybe not. But like, what's up with mushy peas? I'm supposed to go down here. We're fully egged up, right? Yeah, we're fully egged up. Mushy peas are nasty. Yeah, I thought they put like, okay, so they cook them a long time and then they put like bone marrow in them or something. Some kind of fat. Oh, they put like some kind of base in it. Like they put something alkaline in it too, right? Like that makes it mushier or something. Like breaks down the pea skins. I don't like peas that much. Something about them. I'm not a fan of peas. I don't know about mushy peas. I've never had them. I've had fish and chips, but we didn't get the mushy peas with it. My grandma was from the UK, and she like once a week, she's like, it's fish and chips night. But she didn't want to get the mushy peas. We never got the mushy peas. We got the fish and the chips. You know? Yeah, my recommendation, some would be to actually, when you first start getting eggs, like when you're setting up like all your egg cycles, like do like 3 egg cycles before you collect an egg. If that makes sense. Or like probably 2 egg cycles actually, because if it's 10, yeah, do 2 egg cycles before you collect an egg. Instead of 1. And that means that you'll always have 2 50-50s. And then, yeah, you will have to, there will be some times where you just get unlucky. Because it's a 75% chance to have an egg after 2 egg cycles. So, 25% chance to not have an egg. Yeah. I just don't think, with 10 egg cycles, I don't think there's any way to fix it. Unfortunately. But you can at least make it better by spacing them apart 2 egg cycles when you first are collecting eggs. And then it should naturally stagger them about 2 egg cycles apart. And it should be more likely that he has an egg for you every time. And eventually it's going to kind of like, they're going to get bunched up together naturally. I guess you just kind of have to deal with that. I feel like mushy peas are like the coleslaw of the UK, you know? You know what I'm talking about? Like, you go to Raising Cane's and nobody's like, yeah, give me an extra coleslaw. Nobody does that. Nobody says that. And I feel like so often coleslaw gets neglected and it's like bad. Like, we went to Chili's and we had their coleslaw and it was the worst coleslaw I've ever had. And then like, whenever there's like a lot of the time we'll go to a restaurant and they just kind of give you some coleslaw with whatever you get. And it's like almost always bad. But I made coleslaw for the 4th of July and it was so good. It was so delicious. It was so delicious and fatty and acidic and crunchy, creamy at the same time. I think part of the problem is that I think people think you either need to do like, it has to be a creamy coleslaw or it has to be like a vinegar, like pickle coleslaw. And I think you should do both. I think you should do mayo and you should do some apple cider vinegar and some like lime juice, you know, and then season it well. Let's get some salt. Let's get some pepper. I put a little smoked paprika. It was good. Aries? She's next to me. I just heard something. It's probably just, all right. Two egg cycles of strat, not a lot of info on the internet. Yeah, and unfortunately, just with natural egg cycle like variants or like step variants, I think that you'll probably occasionally like you're gonna hatch to within one egg cycle, and then he's just not gonna have an egg for you. I mean, that's happening with Mr. Mime. Like, we were spaced far apart enough, but then like they hatched close enough to where he just didn't have an egg for me. So coleslaw and fish or shrimp tacos. Yeah, and usually even then it's just like kind of like cabbage, right? A lot of the time I feel like, but then like, because it's made with cabbage, coleslaw is made with cabbage, then it's like, oh, we'll just put coleslaw. I like it as a side when it's good, but it has to be good. I found out that guy is a streamer and was at Streamer University. Who's that guy? Oh, shit. All right. That's funny. Makes sense. I'm not mimed up, am I? No. Such a great video. He does other animals too. I think I've seen a couple of his other videos where it's the same joke. Every time I shower, huh?
Oh shit! A spy! The spy! Where to my Timbs at the spy? Where to my Timbs? Spider-Man! Spider-Man! I'ma beat your ass I can!
We're about to get Mr. Mime. It's not shiny. Yeah, not surprised. Not a lot of info on the internet because of what we talked about. Like, but I mean, I think if I had to guess, probably less than 100 people have done Farfetch eggs. There's a lot of people that have done living dexes within the game. Like, there's a lot of people that have done that. And Fire Red Leaf Green are probably some of the most popular games for people to do that. But like, I would say less than 100. So you would be maybe even less than 50. Maybe even less than 10. It could be less than 10. There's maybe not that many people thinking about it. So there's that to look forward to. That you would have been one of the only people to ever do that. Get Farfetched. Egg Farfetched. In Fire Red Leaf Green. People were saying that when I was hunting Skarmory in Gen 3, on a couple of occasions, people came in and they were like, why aren't you playing Emerald? Like, Skarmory is a higher percent in Emerald. Like, you can use Magnet Pull and you can get like 70% Skarmory instead of 25%. And it's like, why not hunt Skarmory in like Sword and Shield? I don't know. Why not do Skarmory eggs with Masuda? You know? Why not hack it in? I'm not saying it's the same thing to play in a newer game and hack it in, but like that mindset, at least, is comparable to just hacking it in. Like, why not get the thing under different conditions where it's an entirely different hunt? Because that kind of defeats the purpose. It kind of defeats the point. That is destination-oriented thinking, not journey-oriented thinking. I'm just saying. Did I? Okay, I did. I have zero recollection of getting rid of that mime. And getting another egg. Less people don't mime since it's a longer hunt. Probably, yeah. Probably. Not that many less, though. It's not that different, I would say. So, it's not that many less. I mean, I feel like anything, like if people are singling especially, anything that's like, more than like 100 hours even is incredibly deterring to most people. Unless you can phase along the way, because I think when you can phase on a lot of Pokemon along the way, I think that like coasts people, or like that tides people over, you know? Like, oh, I'm doing this 10%, so on average it should take like 300 hours random encounter, but oh, I could get this shiny and this shiny and this shiny on the way, and like I don't, you know, it doesn't feel like molasses because you're getting like, you know, 5 encounters a day or whatever. Do you know how far into Plat Riley's egg is? I don't think it's that far. It's probably like halfway through the game. People reset their counter when they phase. I find that strange. Almost everybody does that. And very rarely do people actually like keep track of total encounters. I've seen people actually post YouTube videos and say like, this Pokemon after 3,000 random encounters, and it's like it was actually like 30,000 encounters for them to get it, and it's like you're only like kind of shooting yourself in the foot by not saying the total encounters. The encounters since last shiny is irrelevant. So if a Pokemon is a 10% in an area and you sit down and you go to hunt it, on average, it should take you 80,000 encounters. And so knowing how many encounters it was since your last shiny is entirely irrelevant to me in understanding how long the hunt took you relative to how long it should take. It's just completely useless information. Knowing that you got lucky with an unrelated variable, right? You getting another shiny has nothing to do with the Pokemon that you want being shiny. It is entirely unrelated. They are completely independent events. So the information that's important to me is, hey, you wanted this Pokemon? We're good. Okay, yeah. Level 34 on YouTube vids? Yeah. That sounds about right. That's like mid-game. That's like probably gym 5 or 6. 6, 7. Yeah, probably like 5 or 6. Egg. I also want to redeem it, but you'll do it eventually. I actually was saying that I might not do it because of this hunt, but yeah, I'll probably still do it. But also, it is actually technically, it's like a 300-hour hunt, so you technically couldn't redeem it, but I will do it, and you don't have to redeem it. So I will probably do it. Yeah, it is breaching the 200-hour limit. For sure. You'll get it someday? Oh, he doesn't have an egg. This hatched too close together. This hasn't been a problem until now. Like, I just got unlucky with some of the egg cycles or steps being close together, and then boom. Here we go. Okay. Egg. Penny. Nope. All right, gamers. I think we're going to call it there. I appreciate you guys being here. 2-hour stream, by the way. 2-hour stream, not bad. Considering I'm trying to rest it up. All right. We'll see about coming back tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. I might want to get up. Do something. But appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for chatting, chilling, lurking, whatever you're doing. Assuming we do stream tomorrow, it will be MIME stuff. It will be MIME. We will do MIME all this week. As much as I stream this week. So, get ready for very few encounters. I think that covers it. You guys have a good night. I'll see you next time. Later, gamers.